Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night everyone. An honorable chair, ladies and gentlemen. I am Muhammad Adin Taris, the delegate of Russian Federations. So tonight I would like to tell you about the topic that we have to discuss together about the proxy war in Syria. Ladies and gentlemen, our president Vladimir Putin has to declare about the US makes the already catastrophic humanitarian situation in Syria even worse and brings suffering into civilians. History will set things right, and Washington already bears the heavy responsibility for the bloody outrage in Yugoslavia, Iraq, and Libya. Ladies and gentlemen, the Syrian war has become the second and last war in the 21st century because of the existence of separatist terrorist groups that are able to sustain because of the unlawful backing by some foreign parties. Since 2012, Syrian Democratic Force or SDF and Free Syrian Army or FSA has been the main cause of chaos in the land by trying to claim every inch of Syrian territory, causing conflicts and fear to Syria and its people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is important to note because these separatist terrorist groups are acting only on their interests. Because the fact is, Syrian people are not in favor with them. This was proven by the 2015 election. The democratically elected Bashar al-Assad as the president will earn 88.3% yes votes, and other polls concluding that most Syrians are backing al-Assad. This proves that the United States and its allies' motives to support these territories are bogus and merely a propaganda to justify their action and serves their political interests. Moreover, aggressions against the sovereign Syrian government and the support given to the separatist terrorist Malaysians are violating the non-intervention principle of the international humanitarian law. Under the 1949 Geneva Convention in the Article 2 of the First and Third Protocol, stating that intervention is only justified when there is use of armed force against state, which was not the case of Syria in the middle of 2017. Moreover, any countries deciding to exercise the responsibility to protect or RTP has to first uphold the first pillar of responsibility to protect, constituting that the primary responsibility is to help the state building their capacity to protect their citizens, ladies and gentlemen. Not that otherwise we supply the terrorists and weakening the state. Having said that, we support the decision that have been made by countries that have violated this international law, such as the United States, to withdraw from the issue. But we need measures to guarantee a full withdrawal and stop to supply to these terrorists, along with international cooperation to reconstruct Syria. Ladies and gentlemen, valuing the state sovereignty, Russian Federation support the legitimate government of Syrian Arab Republic, Bashar al-Assad, and we regret the premature and illegitimate intervention done by many other foreign powers. Contrary to that, Russia's help to Syria to fight against the terrorist groups has always been under the official request of Syrian legitimate government and is conducted in accordance to the existing international laws. First, it upholds the Treaty of Westphalia and the International Law Commission Article 20 and 26, stating that intervention is legitimate if the consent is present. Second, it fulfills the 1949 Geneva Convention, which only international armed conflict or IAC may be intervened by foreign actors. The moment Russia involved in the conflict, it was already an IAC due to the already existing United States intervention. Third, Russia's last strike on terrorist groups is justifiable because according to the IHL, they are not civilians and making them subject to terror attacks. And ladies and gentlemen, for the fourth one, Russia fully complies on all the international humanitarian law principles in doing the protection to Syrian civilians and combating terrorist groups, such as but not limited to first, the principle of proportionality by helping the Syrian government in combating the United States-backed terrorist groups, and the second is the principle of humanity to prevent further damage and casualties caused by the terrorist groups. Ladies and gentlemen, Fifth, Russia has also provided many humanitarian aids, for example, the establishment of 6 aid centers to support more than 3,000 refugees in Syria. Being close in terms of territory and diplomatic relations, Russia Federation will continue to support the legitimate government of Syrian Arab Republic through combating terrorist groups and reconstructing the country, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, acknowledging U.S. withdrawal from the Syrian conflict, Russian Federation believes the discussion should be elevated by creating measures to ensure the United States and its allies to fully withdraw and establishing a set of mechanisms to support the Syrians and their legitimate government and restoring security and stability. Therefore, Russian Federation proposed a set of norms that could serve as a basis of the policy directions, with the following provision. First, withdrawal of legitimate parties, or WHIP. So in accordance to the 1999 International Convention for the Suppression of the Financing of Terrorism, Russian Federation calls all member states to stop the financing, direct or indirect, to groups that are considered as terrorists under the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1566. Moreover, foreign countries involved in the Syrian proxy war that has violated international laws shall start to pull out their troops from Syrian sovereign state in case-by-case approach in a set period of time, ladies and gentlemen. And second, our possible solution that we want to order is detect, deploy, and disarm, or 3D framework. So what is the 3D framework? First, pursuant to resolution adopted by the General Assembly, Article 81 until 89, and adopted by Security Council, Article 10 to 11 on combating terrorism, Russian Federation proposed the framework to detect the activities of existing terrorism groups in Syria by joint international cooperation, followed by the deployment of Syrian army to combat the terrorist groups and conduct the disarmament of illegal stockpiling weapons and military equipment. And the third possible solution that we want to order here is about the international support for peace building and reconstruction, or we call it with INSPIRE. So INSPIRE means that fostering the unanimously adopted Resolution 2282 2016 on post-conflict peace building, Russia endorsed the Syria reconstruction through supporting the legitimate government, ladies and gentlemen. First, we propose the creation of constitutional committee to review and advise Syria rewriting their constructions under their consent. For short-term mechanism, we propose the providence of safety zone and humanitarian aid, ladies and gentlemen. And for long-term mechanism, we aim to facilitate the establishment of durable peace and to prevent the recurrence of violence by institutions rebuilding and political as well as economic transformation, ladies and gentlemen. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, as the delegate of Russian Federations, what I want to tell you here that Russian Federation believes that the deadly damaging Syrian workers by the terrorist groups that suffer all of the Syrian people and humanity needs to be put to an end, ladies and gentlemen. Thus, we hope that the overmentioned proposal will continuously be built upon and improved in the upcoming assembly. So I am the delegate of Russia, want to tell thank you to all of the delegates that has heard me to speak here. So that's all what the Russian Federation want to tell you here, and we believe that we can to solve this problem as soon as possible if we can to work together and cooperation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.